Well, maybe after all this time, us saying, told you so, we told you so, we told you so. Seems like Jared's ready to get rid of the Tesla after being stranded on the side of the road again.
Yeah, when I saw my car go up on a flatbed tow truck for the second time in less than a year, I thought, maybe it's time to make the change. Maybe it's time to make the change. My brother was having a birthday celebration. He goes, hey, let's go to this Asian place in Chapel Hill. We're like, what?
Chapel Hill.
I know. He saw it had
Road
some
trip.
amazing reviews, and he's eaten at every Asian place in the Triad a million times, and he loves them all, but he wants something different.
Okay.
And it's his birthday. Okay.
Sure.
And so I picked up him. My mom had the kids. Eli's sick, so he stayed home. But and we get there. We're down on 840 East.
Okay.
We're on the highway.
Mm-hmm.
We're about close to McLeansville, and I get an alert on my thing. Tire extremely low. Pull over right now. A red alert.
Red alert.
And I know, it was red. It said pull over for safety and check to see if you have a flat tire. I'm like, no, there's no way. I did have like a low tire alert, but I get those all the time with the weather changing.
Okay.
And they'll be on there for like 3 weeks, or I'll just go and put some air in it and it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought, okay, when I stop, I can stop and put some air in it in a minute. And I pull over, and not only is it it's not like a little bit flat, it's totally flat, and it's smoking.
Oh.
What?
The tire is smoking.
That's not a good thing.
Not a good thing, and it's like molten hot to the touch. I'm like, oh my God.
It should have been red and was flashing for you to pull over. It looked like it might have caught on fire.
Yeah, it was really bad. I'm like, oh, great. So anyway, I was like, all right. And so I pulled over to the side. Luckily, was able to get over to the emergency lane on the highway, which is not great.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a mile from Huffine Mill Road exit. If
Oh,
you're familiar
yeah.
with that area.
I know it, yeah.
And I was just like, oh my gosh. And then all of a sudden I look up and the Falcon door goes, and my mom and my daughter get out traffic side of the car and get out of the car. I'm like, what are y'all doing?
Oh, my.
What are y'all doing? Like, I'm already outside.
Yeah.
I'm already stressed out. Like, what are you doing? Like, oh, we thought it was safer to get out of the car, and the car seat was blocking the other exit. I'm like, can y'all just stay in the car, please? Why'd you get out all of a sudden? You're like, and then my mom's like taking pictures of the tire, like with one foot in the traffic. I'm like, what is going on? Please stop.
Get in the
Gosh.
car.
And this is like
Or at least go to the other side.
Yeah.
it was like 7 o'clock, so it's a lot of traffic.
Yeah.
And so luckily got on the other side and everything like that. So I call, my insurance company. Well, first Tesla has an app. I went to my Tesla app, and they're like, oh yeah, we can get you out of there, no problem. It's not covered anymore, but $500 per tire. You have to get 2 tires.
Wait a minute.
Minimum
You
of
have
2?
to
Get 2?
Who is telling you $500 a tire?
Tesla.
Well, I would not go to Tesla.
The Tesla tire.
They have special tires.
Apparently so.
Okay.
And they said you can't just have one. You have to get 2 per axle. So I have one that's perfectly fine. Just get rid of that one and spend $500 each.
Because they want it even.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so it'd be $1,000 for tires from Tesla. I go, no thanks.
I think the first time that you broke down, you posted it on our social media, I'm pretty sure somebody wrote about the tire expense.
Did they?
I'm pretty sure. That sounds very familiar.
Really?
But I did have a tire recently replaced, but it wasn't a Tesla tire, and it was like a normal price.
Okay, well,
Let
that's
me
good to know.
ask you, because I thought I've seen Teslas. I think I seen one at Costco getting a tire done.
Yeah.
And I thought other places.
Well, like our good friend in Kernersville that we go to, Jason, he did my last one,
okay.
and it was like $120 or
Right.
whatever.
But this is through the app.
But this is through the app, and so it's a special Tesla tire.
Mhm.
It has like gold on it. I don't know. But I said no, so then I called my insurance company, and they were great, but I'm on the side of the road. I can't hear anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then Ava or my brother Abe's like, hey, we're going to get an Uber. Just get in the Uber with us. We'll go back and just leave your car here. We'll come back, and they can tow it or whatever.
He really wanted his food.
He
He
did.
did. And I'm like, can you wait? And so I have this. I'm like, can you be quiet for a second? I love you, Abe, but hold on. I can't hear anything that's going on. And then they're like, yeah. I said, well, we can do a tire change right there on the road.
Oh.
We'll be there quick. I'm like, oh, this is great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they said, we'll just need your spare tire. I'm like, oh, okay. I go digging through my car. No spare tire in the front trunk or the back trunk because there's no engine.
Uh-huh.
And then Abe Googled it, my brother, and goes, oh, Tesla doesn't have spare tires.
At all?
Nope.
Dang.
And so they have some tire repair kit, which I'm not repairing. I don't
No.
And no, what?
Your tire has
No.
melted off of
it's
your
melting.
vehicle.
Yes. Yeah. And that I'll make it worse.
Do you know why the tire? Did you run over something?
I'm going to ask the place it's at right now. Said they'll take a look. I did see it seemed like there's like a gash in the tread. I think I ran over something
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
because there's like a slow leak for a couple of days, and I think while we were on the way, it just popped.
Sure.
It just made it worse.
Hmm.
And so they were like, okay, well, we need to change that from a tire repair to a tow truck.
Yeah.
And it's Memorial Day.
Oh, boy.
yeah.
So nothing's open.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I guess tow truck drivers are there every day. Like, it'll be there, and it's not. Then it goes to a third party tow truck. It says, be there by 9:30. I'm like, what? It's
What?
like, my brother's already getting the Uber and leaving to go eat.
Screw you.
I said, I
and
have
your
to stay
Tesla.
because I have to put it in tow mode or something. I have to be there with the keys and all that stuff. So I'm like, y'all just go ahead. So they went and they left
Okay.
to go eat dinner. And I'm like, all right.
So you're just
Starving.
sitting there.
Starving. So I'm hangry.
death.
I'm hangry. I
man.
look forward to it. I'm like, oh, it'll be this cool Asian place that I've never been to. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
And I'm on the side of the road, and I'm already doing the math. There's $150 for the tow. And my insurance will cover probably the majority of that. So I'm like, okay, that's okay. For the tire, I don't know. According to Tesla, $500. Maybe it's $300. I don't know what's going to be.
Ridiculous.
And then just towing fees in general, they said the first 5 miles is free.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't even know where I'm at. Like, I'm not familiar with that area. Then every mile after that is $7.50 per mile.
Oh.
And the place I want to take it was like 30 miles from there.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
is closer to my house. So it'd been like $300 to tow it to my house.
Uh-huh.
I mean,
Oh,
to
at that point, you might as well got the $500 tire.
Tire.
No kidding.
And so I was like, no, I won't do that. And so they just said, all right. And Allstate, they looked it up, or my insurance looked it up, and they were like, oh, it's just down the street. There's
Okay.
one that's 3 miles away. They do it. So,
But
or a
also,
third party was telling me this.
also the time spent
Oh,
sitting
yeah.
there.
Just
You're
sitting
never going to
there.
get
Oh,
back.
yeah.
Someone's sitting in the car, so I just start randomly calling people, like, hey, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, I'm stuck on the side of the road. Like, you want me to come get you? No,
No,
tow
I'll
truck's
wait.
coming. I'm just bored. Just scrolling Instagram and TikTok. And so then I see tow truck. I hear and I see the tow truck driver driving on the opposite side of 40 because the pin was wrong or whatever that I sent. So he's like, and he goes by, and I know there's no quick turnaround. I know there's be another 20 minutes
Right.
because there's no quick exit turnaround.
Yeah.
He's like, "Brr, brr," and he just waves. I'm like, what?
No. Right here.
And then he comes and he gets everything on the flatbed truck. We get in there. Luckily, the place is taking me. It's dark now. It's 3 miles away. I'm like, okay.
So they were open.
No, but we're just going to drop it off.
Oh, okay. So he took you in the tow truck.
The tow truck. So the
So-
tow truck company was open. They said they never close. And so he took me, and I said, how long have you been doing this? He's like, 3 months. I'm like,
Oh.
made me feel a little insecure about what was going on. But he was great. And so we start going 3 miles away. Next thing we know, we're in a neighborhood.
Mm.
Like, it's like a residential neighborhood. And then we're at a dead end where there's no more houses and there's no street. And he goes, here we are. I go, no, this can't be right. He goes, this is the GPS said. And I said, mine says that too. And so the place we went to didn't exist. And then we did it again, and all of a sudden it took us back to some super, you can't even see the place.
My gosh.
Middle of the- it's like this little small sign, like kind of on a main street, but you would never, ever see it. He goes, is that someone's house? Maybe you should call. And I go, well, they're not going to be open.
Mm-hmm.
I said, but yeah, let me call. And I called like 3 times in a row, and I think it was a guy's cell phone.
Oh.
And he did answer, and he goes, yeah. I said, what do you need? And I said, oh, yeah, my tire exploded on the side of the road, and I got a tow truck here. And he goes, oh, well, we don't do tires.
Oh, my gosh.
What?
I want to blow my brains out. At this
Oh, my
point.
gosh.
What?
What the
Meanwhile,
heck?
I've already hired an Uber
Oh.
who is like 1 mile away to this
Oh, my
place that
gosh.
they can't even go to. At one point, I was like, then the guy said, hey, my good friends work at, and he said, like Taylor's Discount Tire or whatever. I'm like, oh, we're that close? 3 miles from there. I'm like, okay, that's the next closest place. Let's
go.
And then the GPS, and he missed a turn. I was like, it's Cone right there. No, it's Cone Boulevard. He's like, no, that's not the right Cone. That's 29. I go, no. Okay. And then we're in a neighborhood, and like tree branches are hitting the tow truck because he missed the turn. It's all right. Whatever.
The driver is looking at you like, you think I'm going to take advice from you?
Then my
Yeah.
daughter's calling me. Abe's calling. Are you okay? My mom's texting me. Do you want us to order you something? I'm like, yes, I'm starving, but I don't know when I'm going to be
Well,
there.
how are they going to get their
Home.
Uber?
They got an Uber.
Uber?
They got an Uber back to their house, and then took a car to a restaurant locally.
Oh, so they never even went to Chapel
no,
Hill.
no, they
Oh,
said
okay.
forget it.
Got
Let's
it.
go locally.
Got
they,
it.
They went to Phoenix Asian.
Okay.
I was like, oh, well, good. Should
Okay.
have done that in the first place. My
Mm-hmm.
tire wouldn't explode. And so we're driving, and I'm like, all right, we're getting there. And then I realize my Uber driver's like behind us,
Mm.
and she calls me, and I said, hey, sorry, obviously, and you see the tow truck, the place going. I explained the thing. She goes, oh, you have to redo it. So like I'm on the app. I'm doing the GPS at this point because this guy's his GPS is jacked up, and so I'm trying to do that, and I'm trying to cancel it, but it says you cannot put this location as the next destination, and so I have to undo the Uber thing, cancel it, redo it, and then she does it,
Uh-huh.
and then we get to the tire place, and she's just sitting there, the Uber driver, so I feel like terrible. And then he's trying to get the thing off the truck, and then he starts to get off the truck, and like the back end starts scraping the ground
Of the car.
the car. He's like, whoa! He's like, sorry, and he's like, and he drives back up the flatbed. I'm like, I don't know. And the tire's totally flat, so I think the rim's getting destroyed.
Oh,
yeah.
my gosh.
And then he's like, hold on. He moves up like to basically touching the building because the thing's so big, so he can park. And then he got it, and it finally got the thing off. Then it was like going over the chain and some other thing on the side. It was like falling off the flatbed.
And what
the
are
back
you doing?
end.
Just standing there?
He's like, hey, he said, watch the pole. And I thought he meant the thing on the flatbed. I was like, you're like falling off the flatbed. He goes, no, don't worry about that. I'm like, I'm not
Okay.
worried about it. The tire's dangling and it's spinning by itself. And I'm like, and it's the good tire. I'm like, let's not. Listen. And then so he goes back up on it. I said, no, you're like 10 feet from the pole. You're fine. And he gets off, and I'm trying to fill out the thing, and it's like raining. So I'm trying to fill out this thing. I can't get the envelope open because it's stuck together because it's raining. And then everything's smeared. So I have to write my phone number like 4 different times on it so that they can maybe put together like what I did. And I get in the Uber to head home or to my, because my brother said I could pick you up. I'm like, just don't worry about it. I got an Uber, and then we're on the way back. She was super nice, but then she misses the exit right to there. And I'm like, what is happening? Can I just get home? I just want to get home. So we get to my brother's house. They did have food for me. And then I go get ready to leave. My mom gives me keys to the car they have, my dad's car, which was a Prius. And she goes, can you put this on your keychain? I go, yeah. Can't find my keychain. It's in the Uber. And she's on the other side
my
of town. I was like, I'm not leaving my house ever again.
Gosh.
I am not leaving my house ever again.
Gosh. Man.
So anyway.
Did you get the keychain?
Nope. She has. We're going to meet up sometime today. I'm like, I'll be driving a different car than you saw me in last night, and just don't worry about it.
It is the car at
Wow.
the Taupe.
It is at the thing, and I just found out that it's way cheaper than
How
Tesla.
much?
It's
You
like
know.
$200.
Oh, thank
It's
goodness.
still expensive.
It's expensive.
Yeah.
The last time it was like $150, but I don't know. It's 2 different places, so I
Yeah.
don't know.
Maybe the rim was so badly damaged.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And
On the
they had to
highway.
order a new, but it's not going to be here till tomorrow. I'm like, oh, okay. Great.
Oh, yeah.
They had to order a
Yeah.
tire.
Are you just going to start carrying one in your car just for fun?
I don't know.
Just in case.
Then I looked at the car. I was like, I don't think there's any place for it.
To put it.
Let's have it in my back seat.
Oh, yeah.
Then my brother's like, well, my car doesn't have spares either. It's like a BMW. I'm like, what do luxury cars not
Why
have?
did that? I don't know.
That's like the most ridiculous thing ever. Why would it not have a spare?
Well, because they want your $500.
Yeah.
Yes.
And know you'll pay
Wow.
it.
Mm-hmm.
I won't pay that. I
Most
ain't
people
paying
who
that.
have that car will pay it.
I'm sure the other Tesla people are like, oh,
You'll
only.
just go through what you went through.
I'd rather go through that. At least there's a story.
Yeah.
I'll spend $1,000 on tires.
Oh,
For one tire, $1,000?
That's what I'm like.
Jeez.
I will just fill out a credit card application right here.
If I had a credit card, I may have done it. But I was like, no, I got this coming out of my debit account. This ain't happening. So anyway, so my final analysis is I'm keeping the Tesla.
You are
Okay.
going to after all this.
I do love the car.
Okay.
And I got a good deal on it.
I don't think it loves you.
You could be right about
No.
that.
Yeah.
It's definitely one-sided.
Yeah, it is a one-sided thing. I have a
It's better
toxic
that a
relationship.
tire goes than a battery. So that's good.
You better not have just jinxed him.
Oh, the main battery goes, I think it's $30,000 to replace.
What?
The actual, like, battery
Oh, my
battery.
Yeah.
Not, they have, like, a small battery in it that's normal price.
Yeah.
The battery, it's like basically saying I'm getting a new car.
Yeah.
And then it should
Yeah.
run
Do you
for...
have? Can you get insurance on the battery?
There's insurance on, like, it covers, like, a bunch of things up to some sort of
Okay.
mileage, and I think the battery is covered up to a certain amount.
Mhm.
But they know
No.
as soon as it's going to make it to that.
Well,
These things.
At least you're saving on gas.
Yeah.
There's that.
And my son's like, please don't get rid of the Tesla. I'm like, if I have to, I will.
Like, you paying the bills?
Yeah, if
I don't
have
think
to-
so.
Jason and I were talking off the air. We're like, man, if we could just get some squid cars,
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
the junk
Life would be simple. yeah.
paid for, get liability only. Forget it,
I
man.
just bought my son. It was his first car.
Ooh, yes. I think we had a bet on what his first car was
It's
going
a
to be.
Honda Accord.
Okay.
It's old,
Uh-huh.
and there's 100,000 miles on it. Drives perfectly.
Yeah.
Changed some belts, changed the battery, did an oil change. Drives perfectly.
Uh-huh.
Those cars go forever. No liability insurance. $2,500 initially for the car.
Mm-hmm.
And I drove it. And I'm like, you know what? Life would be better if I didn't have a car payment. It would be. I'm like, I can drive this, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying, and go and keep, and I would just not have a car payment. If we could do that with both cars, that's a lot of savings.
Yes.
I think a car is the worst possible investment ever because you don't get your money back. So you imagine putting that money, saving it in some kind of fund or some investment or something.
Sure.
Or just get one that's not as expensive.
Right.
Well,
Maybe
right,
has
yeah,
a
yeah.
spare tire.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
no, to be fair, honestly, a newer Honda Accord, if you went to go buy one that was used, is just the same price as a used luxury car. because it holds the value.
Right,
so
right,
well.
right.
A
Yeah.
luxury car, it goes down in value because every time you bring it to the actual dealership, it's $1,000 for whatever they say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Oh,
the,
yeah.
the
Yeah.
cost of maintenance is ridiculous. That's why I bring it to a different place.
That sketchy place that Matt took
No,
you to that one
yeah.
time.
That one time?
That was
Right.
the body shop.
Oh yeah. Where I thought we were gonna die. Yeah, that place.
That place
No,
was
I go to the
different.
place in Kernersville too.
Yeah.
Okay.
My friend Chris Clark from Capital Chevrolet was like, I can help you with that Tesla. Get rid of it. You want to trade it in?
Good idea.
He's offering a lot
Yes,
for his
please.
trades. I'm
Thank
like, all right,
you.
let's do it. We might do that.